Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we invoke the divine energy, the divine blessings, that may we be guided from that what is unreal to real, from darkness, the ignorance of our mind, to wisdom, and from the changing nature, the deathful nature, to the immortal nature. Okay, so today's meditation, I wanted to just it's a very brief meditation, and it's a very simple meditation, and yet it's a very effective meditation, because I wanted to explain briefly why it is an important meditation. Because these words that we usually use, the mantra we use in this meditation, this is not just a breath meditation, although we are watching the breath in this meditation, it's still a little more profound than just watching the breath. Here we are using a mantra, and the mantra is not there's a lot of mantras, and many are like long invocatory mantras, some are very profound mantras. But this is a mantra of the universe, we say, when we say Soham, this is the mantra of the universe. And it's also the mantra that is actually there, which the rishis discovered is part of our breathing. So with every inhalation, we are actually saying so, and with every exhalation, we are saying hum. So this is the most natural meditation, and yet it is the most profound, most deep meditation. And so if we do it right, so sometimes, just to get it right is hard. Why it is hard to get it right is because we are trying to manipulate the breathing. So when we watch the breath, we unconsciously try to control that breathing. So the moment we can allow the breathing to be, then it's like psychologically we are resting. We are allowing the natural psychological and physiological process to take place. And with that, there is the state of true resting. There is that state of true abiding, what we call as abiding in our true nature, our eternal nature. So the literal meaning of this mantra is that I am, or the divine I am, or it's said in all different things, like where in Christian it's said as my Father and I are one. So all these kind of mantras are called as Mahavakyas, which establishes the true identity of ourselves as being divine. We generally identify ourselves as this body or our thoughts, but what the sages have found is that there's something deeper. And how we have get to this something deeper is through these kind of simple mantras. So when we say these mantras, we don't chant this mantra loud, we just say mentally. And we try to coordinate it with the breathing. So with every in-breath, we say so. With every exhalation breath, it is hum. And it's so some other classes have taught different meditation, but this class, I think we will stick to this one. It's a very simple and profound meditation, and I will be giving some reminders as we do the meditation. So the idea with this meditation again is that we are trying to most naturally be with our breathing. And allow that what happens when we coordinate the mantra with the watching the breath is, even if we get thoughts, that mantra has a power to slowly bring our attention back to the breathing. So here we are not just trying to watch the thoughts, we are also using the mantra so that the mind settles down. And what you find is that over time, if you keep practicing this, your breathing also slows down. So, they say that through this Soham meditation, a lot of people, our lifespan increases, because when we have so much amount of breath, that's how they say karmically, we have so much amount of breath. So if your breathing is slowing down, the number of inhalation and exhalation is slowing down, then the ability of the body to sustain itself, increases. So the trick in this meditation is how to deepen this meditation is you try to see that as the breath naturally slows down, you try to look for the gap between especially the exhalation and inhalation, because that is this moment of profound stillness where we establish in our own true nature. Okay, so there isn't a lot of mental gymnastics to do in this meditation. It's a very simple thing, but yet we have to be so alert to watch for that gap, and then allow the breathing to slow down on its own. Don't control the slowing down of the breathing. Okay, so that's as much the instructions, so we can just start. So the first few times when I say so, you take a conscious inhalation, and when I say hum, you do a conscious exhalation, like so, hum. So first few times, that is just so that the mind syncs with the breath and the mantra is coordinated with the breath. But over time you can drop that. Over time you can drop that conscious breathing, because you want it to be natural. Okay. So sit in a posture, preferably with your spine straight. You can relax if you want your back on something, if you have any back issue. But most important thing is to try to coordinate the breathing. So your head shouldn't be drooping, otherwise you will have a natural tendency to sleep. So your eyes also should preferably look up a little bit than the straight point, and shoulders also a little back. No need to be too erect and straight that you're holding yourself too firm. So it's a balanced posture where you're relaxed physically, and that will also allow you to relax mentally. Okay. All right. So now for the first few times, let us take a little deep inhalation and exhalation. And with that, you can chant Soham mentally. And I will actually say Soham, and you can chant that. So with So, take an inhalation, and hum, exhalation. So, inhale. Hum, exhale. So, inhale. Hum, exhale. So, hum. So, hum. Inhale, so, exhale, hum. So now you can coordinate a few times on your own. Take a deep inhalation at your own pace. And exhale, relaxing and letting go of all tension, negativity. As you keep chanting the mantra, all the negative energy in our body and mind also starts dissipating, because we are tuning in back to our natural state. Now just allow the breathing to happen. No need to control or regulate the breathing. As the inhalation begins, you can start mentally chant so, as long as the inhalation goes on. And then as the exhalation starts, you can chant hum for the duration of the exhalation. So hum. With inhalation so, with exhalation hum. Don't control the breath, just watch it and allow it to happen naturally. Try to feel the breathing, the tactile sensation of the breath moving through your lungs and through the nostril, coordinated with the chanting of the mantra mentally. So allow thoughts to come and go. We're not trying to forcefully dismiss the thoughts. We're trying to remain in our natural state, which is the state of natural breathing, and affirming that our true nature is that of divine, which is expressed by the mantra Soham. So with every inhalation and exhalation, we are affirming that reality of our true being. And that has this effect psychologically and physiologically. So that mantra slows down the rapid movement of the mind and also the physiological process of our breathing. And slowly we start becoming aware that there is a small gap in between our breaths, between exhalation, inhalation, and between inhalation and exhalation. And this gap is the portal to the divine. It's the portals to stillness, inner stillness. It's the point through which we penetrate to that state of complete quiet stillness within us, the divine nature within us. Just remain in your natural state and allow the thoughts to just settle down by itself. The moment we follow the thoughts, then we get sucked with it. But every time we remind ourselves to stay with Soham or with the breath, then we just energize our ability to bring the mind back. So it doesn't matter how many times the mind gets scattered away. Every time we make an effort to bring it back, we have reinforced the quality of the mind to stay in its own natural state. And we have strengthened our own concentration ability. Keep coming back to Soham. Soham, the mantra that affirms our peaceful, our still, and our joyful true nature as a divine nature, and not the passing thoughts, nor are we the framework of the body. We are something much deeper, much more profound. And when we bring our attention to this natural mantra, which is a constant rhythm in us, we remind ourselves of that divine entity, the divine nature within us. So now, as if your breathing is slowing down, then you can gently try to focus more on the gap rather than on the breathing. Instead of paying attention to the breathing, you can focus more on the gap in between the breathing for the last few minutes. And if you like, you can also drop the mental chanting of the mantra, but just be aware that the mantra is naturally going on anyway. No need to make a lot of mental effort. So you can slowly move from the state of making mental effort to a state of effortless abiding. You can also gently become aware that just as how there is a gap, there is a stillness in between the breath, there is a deeper stillness in which even this moment of breathing happens, the deeper stillness in which thoughts come and go, the deeper stillness through which the sound and all the senses are being pursued. And that deeper stillness is your true nature. You don't need to make an effort to get to that. It's always there. Just as how you're aware of the stillness in between the breath, this stillness is there during the breath as well. So you can just see if you can rest in that effortless state, natural effortless state. Just for the last 2-3 minutes, we can drop all the mental effort and try to rest in that natural state. So allow that peace to permeate you. Allow that peace to fill your mind, your thoughts, your body, your energies. And just try to bring your attention now to the heart center. And you can express a sense of gratitude and express a sense of joy for the opportunity to be able to do this practice. Even if we have had to make an effort to quieten the mind during meditation, the joy sometimes comes right after meditation too, that we are grateful we made that effort, because we find our mind has settled down a little bit than what it was at the beginning. I'm going to chant Shanti mantra. You can join me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.